welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to start first by appreciating and thanking everybody who took their time to subscribe to my channel. People who have liked, viewed, shared and commented on my previous video. I wasn't expecting that influx of people, especially for a first video, so I truly appreciate it. You guys are the real MVPs, okay? And today is going to be a little different. We are not doing a week vlog. We are getting up close and personal. I want to talk about an issue that I think for the longest time was a big trigger for me. And I'm so happy that I'm able to sit and talk about it and share about it and be vulnerable about it without feeling some type of way. So we'll be having a story time about a relationship that I wouldn't want to say dented, but it really changed my outlook on love. And for the longest time I was like, what? But yeah, the aftermath though is the biggest part of the story that I think I want to talk about, because there's healing involved, and healing is a very foreign concept to the Black community, and not healing like of the wound of the flesh or anything, but healing of the heart, healing of the mind, you know, healing of the soul and the spirit, especially after you have gone through trauma or an experience that was so horrible, you know. And I feel we don't talk about that enough. We don't act enough on those. So yeah, let me do my makeup for no apparent reason while you guys listen to what I have to say. So enjoy. Also, just to sidetrack a bit, this week I have started on a new diet. And the reason for that is because the girl is trying to get healthy. The girl is trying to tone up and be like, you know, the girl that she was, that she always has been, okay? And I think I'm a gorgeous, thick woman, but you can be gorgeous and thick and healthy as well. And so that's what I have started to do. And I'm on a liquid detox diet. My products have been supplied by the Reed's Cookery. I will link their link below my description. What? How do the girlies say it? Okay, I will put down their link in my description for their Instagram, right? But I'll also do like a separate video on the weight loss and how the diet has been going, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So let's get into it. All right, so it's 2011, right? And this is going to expose how young I am, but I don't care, okay? I don't care. But yeah, it's 2017. No, it's 2011. Oh my gosh, it's 2011. I am 14 years old and I am starting high school. So with me starting high school, there's a lot of excitement that's going on, you know, there's a lot of change that's going on, and you know, it's just a big transition from primary to big school. That's how I refer to it. I call high school big school. So yeah, there I am getting to high school, leaving all my primary school friends behind, and you know, just going through life with like different emotions now. You know, everything is changing. We are being initiated to high school. I remember they made us like have card boxes like over our necks, and I can't remember what they were written, but it was just something like they used to do to grade 8s at the time, and it was just a lot, man. It was fun, but it was a lot. So yeah, there we are in high school. You know, we are getting the hang of it. We are allocated to our classes, and I knew that I was gonna have a great high school experience. Also, I thought. But anyway, yeah, we got allocated. I start meeting, my classmates, and then I start making like new acquaintances. So with all that said, here am I in grade 8, and like I said, teenagers, puberty, hormones, feelings, everything is chaotic and everything is everywhere. And so there's this guy that I notice, right? This guy that I notice is quite popular in school, and he's popular because he looked very cute. He was such a cute man, and he had beautiful hair. So our school did not allow for male students to have hair, but he was an exception. I don't know how, but I think it was like a long battle with our teachers and everything. But yeah, he was an exception, and he could do like these other cool cornrows every now and then. And he was just that guy, he was just that guy. And he was dating one of the school's prettiest chicks, at the time. So this girl and this guy are dating, and they have like their own squad going on, and it's just a squad of these good looking people. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm good looking as well. I'm gonna get in their shim. I'm going to be their friend. That's what I want to be, their friend, and honestly, truthfully, it was just innocent. It was very innocent. That's all I thought, because in high school, in primary, when you look at movies that are featuring like high school people, it's all just so whimsical, and you get like the popular gang, the mean girls, you get what. You get a variety of different students, and I wanted to be a popular student, and no one is going to stop me. I watched enough High School Musical. I definitely was going to be a Sharpay, minus the money. Okay. So anyway, let me take my drink. I'm having watermelon and mint cold pressed juice, 100% raw, no preservatives. Anyway, so this guy, right? I bump into this guy a lot. Like, we're gonna call him Patrick because I don't want to get sued. Okay, I don't have that kind of money. So I bump into Patrick a lot in corridors and halls and by the school, and I would give Patrick this look, but Patrick would give me a look back, and I'm like, am I being delulu, or what's going on here? So I would consult with my friends. You know how teenagers get, guys. We like consult with each other over the lamest things, and I'm like, guys, I have a question to ask. Like, this guy keeps looking at me in this way. What do I do? How do I feel? Oh my gosh, how do I navigate all of this? And my friends were like, no, man, that guy has a girlfriend, and those type of guys are normally players. And I'm like, okay. And did I not pursue this guy in a way of stalking? Okay, I did not mac on him. I just stalked him. I stalked his social media. I think the biggest thing at that time was Facebook. And if I'm not mistaken, Mixit was still there. So somebody shared his contact with me. Again, I wear glasses, so I cannot see anything right now. So I would have to wear glasses so I can properly do my concealer. So yeah, somebody shared his Mixit name with me, and I also got to find him on Facebook and stalk him properly. And eventually we got to talking, but we only started talking properly in the year 2012 when I was doing grade 9. And okay, let me explain Patrick's backstory. When I got to high school, Patrick and his crew were repeating the 9th grade because they had done some nonsense the year before, and they unfortunately had to repeat the grade. So when I got there, they were 1 grade higher than me. So when I was in grade 8, they were in grade 9. And that's when Patrick and I started seeing, like, just passing each other and all of that. And Patrick was a bad boy, guys. He was such a savage. Oh my gosh. Oh my word, he was such a savage. But yeah, the time when I went to grade 9, Patrick was supposed to be in grade 10. And I think he was in grade 10 at our school, or that's the time when he was moved to a different school. But regardless, me and Patrick would see each other outside of school because we lived quite close to each other. Patrick lived a street away from my home, so it was just easy getting to see each other. And yeah, me and Patrick would hit it off outside of school. So then, with that happening, word got around that I am seeing Patrick. So his girlfriend from school found out, and this girl made it my life's mission, her life's mission to kind of make my school reputation a thing. I think, because after that I would be shamed, guys. I would be shamed for being with Patrick, or rumors circulating that I'm with Patrick and that she wants to beat me up and all of that. And you know what? I cannot fight. To this day, I can't fight. But I have a loud mouth and I have a very smart mouth. So if you come at me, my best defense is going to be my words, because I'm quick. I'm quick on comebacks. And you're trying to fight. By the time you're trying to fight, you are just so done, like, with what I said to you, because I'll probably crush you with my words. So yeah, me and the girl never spoke ever, but you could, like, sense the animosity between me and her. Oh damn, really? Wow, Fenze. You could really, really, like, sense the animosity. So we just never became friends, but we were enemies from the jump. Then another year goes by, nothing solid really happens. But when I was doing 10th grade, that's when the relationship got very serious with me and Patrick. So much so that, guys, don't judge me, né? Don't judge me. I was 16 and I was crazy. Okay? I was crazy. Patrick was kicked out of our school. The reason for Patrick being kicked out of our school is because Patrick was very troublesome. He was a bad boy and he gave teachers a hard time. So when Patrick was kicked out, he went to a different school. And at this school, sometimes, I'm not proud to say this, I'm really not proud to say this, but we would bunk school. And when we bunk school, I would have to go to his school to go bail him out, pretending to be his sister. I'm embarrassed by this, and I can't believe I still remember this. I can't believe it. This is so embarrassing. And why would he even allow me to do that? Like, that man did not love me. That man hated me. Okay, so anyway, fast forward. I finished high school eventually, and I'm still in a relationship with Patrick, right? Patrick has cheated on me, guys. A lot of times, okay? But I didn't know about this. I only found out about the cheatings afterwards. But also, what did I expect, guys? Like, you leave the same way you get into relationships, okay? So it was what it was. And when I officially finished high school, me and Patrick were still together, so it didn't matter. I don't care, okay? Patrick was done with school at the time as well, and Patrick was going to a college, and I went to a varsity. I don't want to drop names. I feel that's my personal life, and you'll hear about that maybe in a different video. But yeah, I went to varsity, and I was doing my first year, and Patrick was supposed to be in his second year. And if I remember correctly, Patrick wasn't in school at the time when I was doing my first year. But yeah, I was doing my first year and I was supposed to be going to this university with my then other best friend, who I will name Gerlina. I'm gonna call this girl Gerlina. And Gerlina and I became close friends on our 11th grade. So yeah, like towards the end of the 10th grade, 11th and 12th, we became super close friends, like best friends, along with my other best friend, right, who's still my best friend now. But yeah, Gerlina and I were also best friends, and we were pretty tight, and we did everything together. Oh my gosh, I shared everything with that girl, literally everything, from food to my travels to everything, like everything you can think of a best friend sharing with somebody. That was me and that girl. She used to come to my home. My parents were loving of her, and her parents were loving of me, and we were just like this. We were tight-knit, inseparable. So yeah, me and her decided that we are going to study the same thing. So unfortunately, like, I don't know, guys, and I don't want to say anything. I don't want to throw shade at anyone's name. But when I think about that incident now, that's when I realized, oh my gosh, this girl did not like me. So in South Africa, what you need to do when you are in the 12th grade, if you are going to a government university, you need to start applying the year before. So when you're in matric, you need to apply for whatever university you want to go to and the course you want to study. So she and I both made a decision that we are going to take gap years in 2016 when we finish high school. All right, gap years. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this shit with my best friend. Of course. What you mean? Haha. Let's do it. This girl applies for IT at this particular university that we said we would go to in 2017, right, together. And she doesn't tell me about it, right? So fine, we matriculate, cool. January, we get our distinctions, we get our results, our matric results. And we have both made it. We have passed, our marks are looking good, fit for varsity, fit for university, guys. But I'm fixated on gap year, right? This girl now tells me, hey girl, no, she didn't tell me actually. My mother asked me in January, did you apply the previous year? And I'm like, no, I didn't apply because my intention is to take a gap year, right? My mom went crazy. She's like, no way, I'm not taking a gap year. Not under my watch, not under my roof. You are going to school. Nobody's staying at home. What? So I'm like, okay, cool, moms. So what are you gonna do? And she's like, no, you're gonna apply. There are late applications at universities, so you're gonna apply. So then I think of that university that me and my friend were going to. So I'm like, okay, cool. Moms, please help me apply. Please help me apply because they need like your banking details. The whole time, I'm texting my friend. I'm texting Gelina and I'm telling Gelina, you know what? My mom is like on my case and she's saying that I need to find a school. So what's the game plan? Like, what's the game plan? Are you gonna find a school? Whatever. Gelina tells me that her parents said that it's okay for her to take a gap year, so she's not going to school. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll tell you how I go. I'm hoping they don't take me, and so forth and so forth. I'm being delulu to myself, guys. I am being delulu to myself. Only to find, right place, right time, guys. That sentiment truly is a thing. Like, it wasn't just said for the fun of it. It was said because it's accurate. Do I not bump into Gerlina with her folks at the same university that me and my mom are at that particular day? And I didn't tell her which specific day we're gonna go, but I told her that my mom wants me to apply there. I bumped into this girl and her parents, and I'm like shocked. I'm like, hey girl, you know, and we are not on the same queue. We are not on the same queue. There were different queues. I was on the late application queue trying to find a student representative who was going to assist me to apply. She was on the queue where you've already applied and you just want to find out the status of your application, whether you were accepted or not. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, girl, why are you there? Like, why are you in that queue? Mind you, that queue was only made for people who applied the previous year. So girl did apply, and she got like, I think, what did she get? Like a confirmation. She didn't get a confirmation that she was taken into the university, but her application was accepted. And you know what, guys? God truly does work in mysterious ways. Doesn't matter how you think you're being sneaky or whatever. When God doesn't want something in your journey because you are a mean person, it won't happen for you. So this girl wasn't accepted. She wasn't accepted, and guess who was accepted with her late application? You guessed it, your girl. So I was accepted, and it was such a bummer, man, because I really loved this girl wholeheartedly. And I think that was my problem then. When I loved someone with everything that I have in me. Like, I don't care how many red flags you show me. You can show me 50 million billboards of redness about somebody. I wouldn't have cared, guys. I wouldn't have cared. You were not gonna convince me otherwise about the people I loved then. So yeah, the girl now is not accepted, and here I am accepted. So what do we do now? My mom wants me to go to school, guys. I'm not about to disrespect my mom and the value of education, you know. And so I went to school, and then she had to go to a college, but she didn't study IT. Actually, she didn't study IT. She ended up studying something else. I'm not gonna say, because I think the people that know me already know the person I'm talking about, so I don't want to now expose her even further, guys. Respect the person's identity, okay? Let's do that. So then, cool. Also, like I have said in my previous video, I apply makeup how I want to apply makeup. It's not your conventional way, so I'm gonna do what is comfortable for me. Anyway, let me just continue with the story. So now, 2016, I go to varsity. My campus is in a whole different area, so there's no way me and this girl are seeing each other. And also, she was a bit shady, like with her communication. Like, her communication would be off, you know, and she would be just weird on the phone. So I thought maybe because she didn't get accepted, she was maybe angry at me or something, whatever the case may be. So I let it go. But yeah, I moved on and I made varsity friends, and it was just such an amazing experience with those people. Oh my goodness, guys, it was so amazing. So nice balls. So fast forward 2017, me and my friend were not seeing each other like so often, so our friendship was just in a very weird place, but I still loved her regardless. And anytime she needed me, I would jump without thinking twice. Like, if she was to call out for my help, I'm there. I wouldn't even think twice about it. So one day I bump into this girl. And she was like in my area, right? But she wasn't at my house. And it was surprising to me because last I checked, the only person she knows in that area is me. So where is this girl going? And where my parents' home is, we we lived literally behind the train station. So for people commuting the blue train, they would use that. The blue train being Metro Rail train, okay guys, yo. So they used to come by our station, and yeah, it was easy to bump into everybody because everybody used that train. So yeah, anyway, I'll be using the shades to match your mood from Formidable to Chill eyeshadow palette. Yeah, so anyway, this girl, I bumped into her and I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? She was so, like, she looked very jumpy, but I wasn't thinking anything of it, guys. So I bumped into this girl by Patrick Street, right? But at the corner, down by the corner. So I'm thinking, okay, no problem. And I'm like, girl, let me walk you. It's fine. If you go into the station, let me walk you, right? Let me walk you. It's all good. So I walk her to the station, and she's very chill. Like, she's not like saying anything. I keep asking, like, who were you visiting over here, you know? She's like, no, like, family member of mine, some BS story that she was giving me at the time. And I'm like, oh, okay, no, that's nice. I hope you found them and everything worked out and blah, blah, blah. Let me go home. And I didn't see where she ended up or which direction she took. But yeah, I went home and cool, that was it. Then guys, fast forward, I fall pregnant. I fall pregnant 2017 during my second year, and I'm still with Patrick. So Patrick makes me pregnant. And I'm like, oh, I'm pregnant, Patrick. I'm doing my second year. You know, I need to finish school. My parents are going to be so pissed. They're going to kick me out. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Patrick is like, nah, don't worry, baby. I'm going to take care of you and my baby. You know, I got you, baby. Don't you worry about it. Anything you need, I got you. But anyway, yeah. Woo! Patrick done sold me a dream. I have a dream. So yeah, I fall pregnant, and then me and Patrick decide we're gonna keep the baby, and this is what we're doing. We're gonna be parents, and Patrick's got me, so nobody's gonna tell me anything. So then I don't tell my parents right then and there, because I found out I think 2 months into it, I found out I was pregnant because I missed my period and I was feeling funky, man. I was just like very under the weather. So my mom had her suspicions from the get-go. That woman, nothing goes past that woman. So she was like to me, I had a dream. And I'm like, okay, Martin Luther, what dream did you have? What dream did you have, girl? And she's like, no, in my dream, I kept dreaming about a baby shower and gifts for a boy child. Are you pregnant? And I'm like, I'm not pregnant. Why would you even think I'm pregnant? You know? And I tried to play like mind games with my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I can't believe you of all people suspect me of being pregnant. What kind of girl do you think I am? Do you think I'm promiscuous? Do you think I'm out here opening my legs and all of that? You know, and she felt so bad, Shem, skip so but she felt so bad, so horrible for even making that accusation, you know? But nothing can get past the mom, guys. Nothing can get past a mother. A mother always knows her child. Aibo. Snaining, they cook chicken. I don't eat chicken and I feel weird. I'm like, oh my gosh, morning sickness. This chicken smells horrible. Oh my gosh. And I can't stand it. Snaining, they're washing clothes, and my mom used to use Omo detergent. Gosh, I would vomit everywhere, you know, and my sisters would see me and they're like, dude, are you pregnant? So they were the first people I told, and I'm like, guys, I'm pregnant, okay? I'm having a baby. And they were like so happy. They were like, oh my gosh, can we rub your tummy? And there was such a big highlight of my pregnancy. But yeah, I wouldn't wear my clothes. I would have to rewash them to get the smell of the soap out of my clothes, because it was just so bad. Like, my morning sickness was so horrible. So One day my mom was like, you're gonna tell me the truth, bro. You're gonna tell me the truth. I can see all the signs. Stop lying to me. What's going on? Are you pregnant? And I came out and said, you know what? I fessed, Mom, I'm pregnant, you know, and she freaked out. Oh my gosh, she freaked out. She's like, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do? Why would you do this? Oh my gosh. She couldn't say, oh my word. She was so hysterical about it. I think she cried for like 2 weeks straight, you know, just crying, she was in such disbelief. Like, my mom could not believe it. She was like, dude, why would you do this to me, and all of that. And I was so heartbroken because this woman fought for my education, you know, into like get me into a better space in terms of life, and here I am pregnant. Like, so ungrateful. Oh my gosh, I was so hurt by hurting her. And I'm like, you know what, I needed to pull up my socks. So everybody knew Patrick at home, and me and Patrick's family were also quite close. So it wasn't easy at first, guys. It was our relationship was such a mission for everybody to accept, but eventually they did. And then I think Patrick had told his family before or prior to me, like, or my family coming, that I'm pregnant, so it was kind of easy, you know. But yeah, I got kicked out when my stepdad at the time found out that I was pregnant, and he kicked me out, and then they fetched me right the same day. And I'm like, oh, parents are so dramatic. Why did you kick me out, like, to begin with? Here I was at Patrick's house, pregnant. So embarrassing, girl. You should be ashamed of yourself, okay? But yeah, this would happen. And then, yeah, eventually everybody just accepted it. And my mom gave me a 5-star pregnancy experience. Love that woman to death. She made sure I was going to a proper gynae at a private hospital. I was eating right, getting my meds, you know. She was prepping all the beds, you know, and making sure that I'm sleeping comfortably and I'm having all the food that I want, foot rubs and everything. Notice how I didn't mention Patrick, because he wasn't there, child. He was not there. Patrick was having the time of his life, guys. He was living his best life, and I was there just pregnant and all. So cool. I think I was then 7 months pregnant. I was heading towards my giving birth. I was in my 3rd trimester, and I was slowly like getting there to, you know, get like really, really tired. One day I have a craving, and I'm craving iskopo, right? Iskopo is basically sheep head that is cut into half and cooked, and we have it as a delicacy in African culture. So and I'm like, I want this thing. I want scopo. So scopo was sold by his street, and to get there you need to go past his house. So I'm thinking, okay, let me go get scopo. I'm with my cousin, and I'm like, let's go get scopo. So we are on our way to get scopo, and I see the lights by his place are on. So I'm like, let me go greet Patrick, right? So cool. I go in, I'm like, it's my boo, man. He's in the house. So Patrick is not used to me being in the street after 5 p.m. while I was pregnant. So he wasn't expecting me at all. They're in, and he's like, who is it, right? And I'm like, it's me. And he's like, It was that very moment he knew he fucked up. Guys, this man now is taking long to open the door, right? And I'm like, knock, knock, knock. Yo, I'm outside. Open the door. I can see you in the house. Like, I like peeped through the door hole, and I could see like movement. I could see him though. I couldn't see anyone else, but I saw him like moving around. And then he came towards the door and he opened the door. But how he opens the door, he opens coming out as in, babe, how you doing? Let me walk you home. And I'm like, walk me home. how, when I'm here to see you? And I'm like, nah, I want to get in the house. And he's like, nah, babe, actually I was coming out. I'm like, nah, I want to go in. Let me go in, you know? So now he's insisting, because I'm not thinking about anything, but then he's insisting, and now it's getting a little sus. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing in that house that you don't want me to see? Let's go in, right? And he's like, nah, babe, nah. But I get in there, and it smelled of, there's a word for it. But it smelled of it. You know what I'm talking about. It smelled of it, and when I opened the bedroom door, I was met with disgust and shock and hurt. And I think if it was someone else, I wouldn't have reacted the way I would have. Like, I probably would have just left. But because I saw Gerlina, my then best friend, I was like, what? I was gagged. And a part of me was like, okay, be responsible, don't overreact, go out, take your L gracefully, and never come back. I walked out. But something else was like, nah, bruh, this moment is only gonna happen once. You better fight them, both of them. Bruh, there I was, beating the hell out of everybody with my big ass pregnant belly. I'm out here, you know, throwing irons. I remember I snapped some of her hair because she had like dreadlocks on. I was like, okay, that gave you guys a clue of who I'm talking about. But anywho, I beat the girl up. I beat the guy up. Everybody's trying to hold me, and I'm like, if y'all hold me and you kill my baby, we all go to jail. You know, and it was just so chaotic. Oh my gosh, it was so chaotic. And that was the first and the last time I ever fought for a man, ever in my entire existence. I vowed that day that I'll never ever fight for a man. So cool. Obviously now, like, everything is just like, oh, what? Like, everything is just like processed, and I'm feeling all kinds of feelings. I'm pregnant, and even if I wanted to make a decision to like get rid of the baby, it's too late. You know, I'm too far along. I've created a bond with this child. I've seen this child through the sauna. I have a relationship with this child, and it was so painful. It was so painful. I can't believe I'm laughing about it, but it was painful. And then I think I stopped talking to both of them. For a while, and the Gerlina I stopped talking for like forever, right? However, Patrick, I still needed to be in contact with Patrick because we're having a damn baby, and I'm like, you know. So anyway, 2 months later, I think I was 9 months pregnant, and I was due at any time at that point. So Patrick and I needed to get in contact to discuss, dude, what's gonna happen with the baby, what's the plan, and so forth and so forth. And Patrick just kept apologizing, and his apologies just fell to thin air because I knew he wasn't genuine, okay? But anyway, it's still his baby, so I had to be fair. So, I allowed Patrick to be a part of my journey again, and I kind of like forgave him because I didn't want to go through parenthood alone, guys. I don't think anyone plans it. And yes, you guys keep saying that we decide and we choose people that we want to have babies with. In some cases, guys, you just never know how a person is going to switch up on you eventually. You just never know, okay? These things just happen naturally. So anyway, on the day that I gave birth, the day I went into hospital on a Saturday. I had mild contractions, but I could feel I'm going to give birth. It may not be today, but I'm going to give birth. And guess who's there? My mother, my real MVP, you know? And we are there at this nice private hospital, and my mom funded everything, and I got like this beautiful room. The nurses there was so amazing. It was so amazing. And I slept through Saturday to Sunday, and Sunday everything just kept getting worse. And then I got dilated to a point where the baby was close, but he wasn't coming, and he wasn't a breech baby. There were no complications, but my baby just didn't want to come out. So they were like, dude, how bad are your pains? And I'm like, my pains are bad, but like they're not bad. So they were like, okay, we have to induce you because your baby's here and your baby doesn't want to come out. And I was not going for a C-section option. Like, I didn't even want to consider it. I was like, guys, I'm gonna push this baby out. I just want to get this over and done with. I don't want stitches on me. I don't want scars on me, okay? And let that be the last resort. So okay, cool. Monday morning at 5 a.m. they induced me, and then I gave birth at 11:35 on Monday morning, December 4th. Same day as Jay-Z. Okay, not Jay-Z giving birth, okay? It's the same date that Jay-Z was born, just not 2017. Okay, but yeah, I gave birth to a handsome baby boy, and my happiness was unfortunately short-lived because the baby went into ICU right then and there. I literally held Jordan for 10 minutes, and the nurses came and were like, bruh, your child needs to go to NICU. And I'm like, but why? And they're like, oh, your child's got complications. I don't want to name what my child had because privacy. But yeah, my son had complications and he was taken to NICU right then and there. And just when I thought my nightmare is over, my nightmare had just began. That was the beginning of my proper hands down nightmare. So my child was then taken to NICU, and I had to live through the trauma for a good 7 days. Hardly any support from Patrick. Patrick wouldn't come every day. Patrick wouldn't really emotionally be there for me or his son, and it was just like so painful, to go through. But I was so used to this toxicity at that point that it didn't hurt anymore, and I was okay with accepting the bare minimum. Actually, that was not even bare minimum, man. Patrick just didn't give a F. So yeah, and I lost so much weight at that time. I was so depressed. I was in so much pain because I'd wake up in the morning. My son has injections on his head because they couldn't find veins on the rest of his body because of so many injections that they had to put in him. It was just so sad. And I remember at some point I was ready to let go of my son because I thought he wasn't gonna make it. He was a tiny little baby, and so much was just going on with him. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe God didn't want me to have this child. So if this is how he's gonna go out, then can he not suffer anymore? I'm okay with letting him go. I was just in so much pain. Oh gosh, I was in so much pain. Until the 7th day, after I've been praying and just doing my things, got a call and they're like, nah, come fit your child. And I'm like, yes! So I took Jordan home after 7 days of him being in hospital, and I was so happy. Oh my gosh, I was the happiest ever. And I was so excited to share this new journey with a tiny human with tiny little hands and tiny little feet, and he was just so cute. And he would cry a lot, and motherhood was crazy because whenever he would cry, I would cry with him. It was so hilarious. I'm drinking water. It was so crazy. But yeah, anyway, fast forward now 2018, right? Because I gave birth December 2017, so it's 2018 now. And me and Patrick decide, okay, we're gonna fix things because we now have a little younging, and I don't want to raise a child in a household without a parent. So if I have to suffer, it's fine. I'll suffer for my child. Okay, I'll go through unhappiness for my child for as long as my child is secure and happy, and then that's it. How? Suddenly, Patrick starts changing. Like, his pattern starts changing. Okay, he starts acting different. This man is not calling me the same anymore. He's not coming to my place anymore. Am I surprised? No, I'm kind of used to this toxicity, so at this point it really doesn't matter. But something happens. A friend of Patrick's at the time comes to my house, and I'm like, what you doing here? Like, what you doing here? You know? And this person is like, dude, I have something to tell you, and I feel that you need to know, because I can tell you're clueless and you're out here thinking this person is yours and yours alone, and unfortunately I have to break bro code because I can't let you go on like this. You need to know something. And I'm like, okay, what's happening? What's happening? This guy's like, bruh, Patrick is having another baby. And I'm like, what? I'm not pregnant. So what are you talking about? And he's like, Patrick is having another baby. Patrick currently has a girl pregnant, and yeah, the family knows about it, and I'm like, dude, you're lying. I'm like, dude, you are flipping lying. No way. I'm like, nah, I'm close with Patrick's mom, so let me find out. And it was confirmed, but I'm going to take the mom out of this because the mom didn't do anything, guys. In fact, the mom tried to really, really like protect me from the situation. So shout out to her for that, for holding it down, honestly. And it was confirmed. Yes, Patrick got someone pregnant, right? And I'm like, damn, could Patrick do this to me? Why would Patrick do this to Patrick? Why? Patrick. Yeah, so Patrick then did that to me, and I cried about it the whole month of August that I found out about it, and I was just so depressed, guys. But that's not the end. That's not even the start. Okay, that was the start, but that's not the climax of the story. Patrick not only got someone pregnant, Patrick got my maternal cousin, okay, pregnant, because this person that was pregnant with Patrick's child, her mom is cousins with my first cousins from my maternal side. So we cousins, we family. And I'm like, of all people, fam. Of all people. Of all people, it had to be the people that are close to me. And guys, the trust issues that flooded me after that, when it came to close family, when it came to friends, when it came to lovers or people in general, I was so broken. I was so broken. And that's when Patrick fully switched on me, and Patrick was like, yo fam, you know what, actually I want to do this as well, so deuces. And I'm like, dude, you are leaving me with a flippin' child and you are going to start a family elsewhere. What is it that I did to you that's so bad, that made you hate me so bloody much? Patrick, what is your issue with me? What is your problem with me? And Patrick just couldn't give me an explanation. But you know what? I took my L gracefully and I left the relationship as well. But now, I'm broke. And life is beating me up, guys. Life is beating me up at that time. Like, life is literally having a field day with me. I'm broke. I couldn't even afford to buy nappies. And the last thing that Patrick said to me that year, when I asked him for nappy money, guys, I'll never forget these words, because these words made me. that's when my healing started. And that's when I knew this man gives 0 Fs. I asked him for nappy money because then Patrick was working at the time. And I'm like, Patrick, I need you to assist me with nappy money, guys. Patrick said to me, women are carrying their bags every single day and they're going to work. And you were here, lazing around, asking me for nappy money. My heart, guys. My heart. I'm so glad I healed. I'm so glad I healed. But yeah, that's what Patrick said to me. And after that, it's just been like me and my parents, like taking care and raising my little bundle of joy. And yeah, so anyway, 2018 November, I landed my first job, and I was so proud of myself, guys. And I was earning peanuts. I was earning less than 5,000. That was my first salary, and for me, it was a big thing, guys. I could buy my child nappies, I could buy my child milk, because now Jordan had like a lot of things that were happening with him medically. So he needed to be on special milk. There's a specific kind of diaper he's supposed to be wearing. Every month we'd have to go for checkups. It was just a lot, but we made it. And when I could gather enough guap, and grow in my corporate ladder, that's when I was able to like then start therapy. And I started therapy mainly because I tried to date after Patrick, and there was one guy that I dated, and that guy is the one that kind of like put things in shape for me, that I truly needed the healing that I was so dearly lacking. And me and the guy are still friends to this day, and I appreciate you, Sunflower. You know who you are. There's only one person who I used to call Sunflower, and Sunflower helped me with Jordan. Like, Sunflower would come and Sunflower would go on dates with me with Jordan, like, and Sunflower would, if my parents are not around and I don't have anyone to look after Jordan for me, then Sunflower would chill with me at home with Jordan. Sunflower introduced me to his family, and the relationship was solid, man. The relationship was hella solid until I started projecting my insecurities, based on my experience, my previous experience. And I just started like being a very unpredictable person, even to myself. And I realized, no, man, I'm just not behaving like myself. Something is terribly wrong and we need to fix it. And when I lost Sunflower, that's when I realized that, hurt people, because I was acting funny. Like, I was behaving in such a way that even I wouldn't understand why I was behaving the way I was behaving. I couldn't explain my own behavior, but I was just funny, man. I was just funny. I was moody. I was different. And I would also just be out here like flirting with other people while I'm dating Sunflower. It was just craziness, man. It was just craziness. And so, yeah, I lost Sunflower. I went to therapy and we got to the root of the problem. You see, when you are a young woman who goes through childhood trauma, or a young man who goes through childhood trauma, and you don't deal with the trauma, when you harbor the trauma, it will show up in your relationships. It will show up in your friendships. It will show up in every connection that you have. And because I was so angry at the experiences or the traumas that I endured as a young girl, and I was so badly crying out for help. It showed in the kind of relationships that I accepted romantically. I accepted hurt, I accepted abuse, I accepted being treated like less of, and it felt okay. For me, it was okay because at least I'm getting male attention, It's okay when this man treats me the way that he treats me for as long as he's still here. Did I mention that this man beat me up when I was pregnant? Yes, he beat me up and he kicked me on the floor while I was pregnant the one time because I found evidence on his phone that he was cheating. Sorry, I had to say that. But yeah, anyway, I accepted that. And I was so mad at myself when I realized at the end of the day, he may have done all of those things, but I allowed it. I enabled that behavior. And when you are an enabler, you kind of cannot make or shift blame on other people entirely because you also had a role to play. And your role was to decide whether that was for you or it wasn't. And you know what I chose? I chose at the time that it was for me. And that's why everything played out the way that it played out. So I had no one to blame. And as soon as I looked in the mirror and I was like, but girl, you were foul for allowing this beautiful young lady to go through that. That's when the proper healing started. And it was difficult taking accountability. I know accountability is a word that does not exist in a lot of women's vocab, but that's when it started existing for me. And it was painful having to let go and start life with new circumstances, and living with the decisions that I allowed and made. But once you do the work, you are untouchable, and you then grow. You then start attracting what is for you. You then start leveling up, you glow, and everything starts falling into place, and you start having this peace, this unshakable peace, untradeable peace. Like you can't buy the peace because it's authentic, it's organic, and it's just happening genuinely. And my therapist made me aware of something that I'll always keep with me. Don't take away people's experiences. It's not your place to take away someone's experience. If someone is going through turmoil, is going through trauma, is going through whatever the case is, your best thing, your best tactic in that situation is to provide help a few times. And if that person strongly does not want to let go of whatever experience they're going through, it's not your place to take them out. So you're not going to force anyone to leave a situation they don't want to leave. You are going to wait it out. You're going to wait it out because eventually they will. And when they do, that's when the healing starts. That's also if they want to heal. And I didn't understand it at first until I sat down and I really evaluated where I come from with how I was dealt during the years where I was so madly in love with somebody that I neglected my love for me. As soon as I sat down and I reviewed everything and I realized how much I had abandoned myself, it was a game changer. It was a game changer, and I can't wait till most women get to that point where they truly understand themselves for who they are and truly appreciate who they are without having and seeking validation from a person that's going to give them a below the barrel minimum effort or whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know? So yeah, with that said, I wish nothing but healing to young girls and young women who fall in love, don't have boundaries, and are just trying to navigate their way back to healing their traumas. So yeah, good luck, and I love you guys. Bye.